Okay, there was a question from one of your classmates about how to dimension the shaft support. This is the drawing from the auxiliary view module, and you see it there in front of you. How to dimension the shaft support, and specifically how to handle the location of this hole and the width of this vertical feature in the dimension. Okay, so remember that there's a hole right here, and the hole goes through from the top of the arc to the hole on the vertical section there. And what we really have to do is we have to dimension the width of this feature, right? And obviously this is really the only view that we can do this, so I hope that you see that. But then we also have to locate the hole, the small pilot hole here, or through hole. So let me talk a little bit about that. Okay, so first of all, in preparation for this, I want to create a center mark on this, but I don't want a center mark that's just going to be a vertical north, south, east, west center mark. I need to rotate the center mark so that it is aligned with this whole feature. And so center mark is not really going to be, actually it will be fine. Let me show you. So I'm going to get rid of that. Let me go to the center layer, and we'll go to annotate, and we'll choose center mark, and we'll choose that feature right there. Now you notice we get a double line right there, which is not good, but this isn't what I want. This isn't the orientation that I want. So what I need to do is I now need to go to the rotate command. I need to select this feature, whoops, right there, right? See how the whole thing got selected? And then I want to rotate it about the center 45 degrees. Okay, so that's what I want. And in fact, I want to extend this like so, right? Because this is also a hole going through there. So that's the proper center mark for that, okay? So now let's get on to the dimensioning part of it. So I went through my steps for the workflow, and I have this prepared. I'll show you on the ANSI B layout. There we go. Okay, so it's at a scale of 1 to 1. So let me go back to model space. This is at scale of 1 to 1. I'm on the dimension layer. I have my my annotative dimension style selected. So let's go ahead and dimension this. All right. So here's the problem. When I choose linear and I choose this point and this point, I get this, right? Or I get this. And that's not correct. That's not what we want. So how do I change that? Okay. So there's a couple of options here. I'll show you the best one first, right? The best one is we go like this. We go to linear and we choose these points that we want to dimension, right? We get it right in there like this. And then before I click, I'm going to hit the down arrow, and I'm going to choose rotated, not angle, but rotated. And I want to rotate this dimension 45 degrees. There we go. That's what I want right there. Okay. So let me show you again. We go to linear. I'm going to choose this point, and I'm going to choose this point right here, and I'm going to hit the down arrow. I'm going to go to rotated, and then I'm going to rotate the dimension line 45 degrees, and then there we go. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit weird fitting it in here, so I'm going to have to maneuver this around. I might have to move that out a little bit. There we go. That's good. Just to get it out of the area. Okay. So there you go. All right. So we use linear and the rotated option. Okay. Now you could do this also with aligned dimension. Right. And this first one right here with a line would work perfectly well. The problem with aligned is that it would not work well on this one because it's a line between the 2 points, and that's not what we want. Okay, so that's why I chose to use the linear option. And whether, yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to have to spread these views out a little bit. Right, you can see that's not so good right there. So so the location of these views will become critical for this. You know, and when you look at this, I probably would put the 0.8 and the 0.4. In fact, I'll do that now. This should probably just go down here, and you know, we can do that now that I got this in there. Don't forget to change this right there. We'll just relocate that right there. Everything's good to go. And we'll do the same thing down here. And even we can pull that out. That will definitely give us a little bit more room, a little bit more real estate. Make sure we move these dimension origin points to the correct location. Let me make sure I have it. See, look at that. I got that in the wrong location right there. Got to be careful with these. And I think I got that one in the wrong location too. There we go. Okay. So that looks better, and I can probably move that a little bit in here now. You know, this view, really the only purpose of this view is to give us a true dimension between this radius and maybe I could even, well, and the diameter of this as well. So maybe that can go up there. That looks good. We got the diameter, of course, the diameter of this small hole has to go right in there. Will that fit in there fine? Yeah, I think it will. I think that would be fine. Keeping in mind that I will need to dimension the distance between these. Take this as a positive slot. Remember, we talked about that before. So I can get the width. Maybe that's a little bit crowded. I get the width. This is where it really pays to dimension it ahead of time with a printout. Just kind of looking at things, so we can go like that, and we can double click that and do 2XR, and then get that right. So we did this before on one of the other drawings. Now, whether we want to do a radius there, I suppose that would be probably the most, well, the alternative, and maybe this is better. Maybe yeah, see, I don't want to do a linear width across that, because the radius is really going to define the width across that. You know, what I'm talking about is this. Do I want this and the radius, or this 2 or the radius? You know, I'm gonna stick with this, and I think this would be most appropriate. I think that is going to be the best, because I like that 2 inches across there. You know, linear again, we choose this and we choose this, and then we hit the down arrow and we go to rotated and we choose 45 degrees, and then we put that in there like that. That might be, that's weird that it's coming out at 898. I must have missed a point right there. But anyway, I think that's going to be best left towards the top right there. So we'll go down arrow, rotated, 45, and then, it's very interesting that I seem to be off in that. I wonder. So I might need to fix that. That should be 0.900. Let me see if I made a mistake there. If we go to offset 0.9 and we choose this line and we offset it up. Yes. By golly, I did. So look at that, you know, so that would be an important thing to fix. Yeah, there seems to be a lot off there. And you know what it looks like? It looks like the center mark is off. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, the center mark was off. Those blasted center marks, I tell you. So it's good to investigate. When you get some kind of anomaly, it's best to investigate what that anomaly is. Maybe I messed that up when I rotated it. I bet that's what I did. So, I didn't choose the center of that and rotated it 45 degrees. And let's try this again. So we'll erase that. And we hope that this is now correct. We do a linear. We go from here to here. And we do a rotated. And we go rotate it 45 degrees. There we go. Bingo. All right. So I got that on the wrong layer. Nope, it's on the right layer. Okay, so I think that's enough of me messing around with this, giving you some unsolicited advice, but hopefully that helps you out with how to deal with those dimensions and, in fact, these dimensions as well. All of these are going to be linear with the rotated option. All right, so let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.